Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to What's Katchy with Kachi. Finally, the first episode, man. This thing has been on the books for long now. I'm so excited. I know you guys are excited. So I'm kind of excited. Yeah. So your homeboy is here again, Katchy Osuji, and with me here today is
Adeola.
Oh, Precious.
Joshua.
Yeah. This man, fire. Yeah. So Ade, how your day be now? Wetin dey happen today? Wetin you shout today, sef?
Okay. It's the usual. Saving lives since 1992. Get ambulance.
10 minutes ago. No computer village can be stressful. Jesus.
My brother.
You also know Lagos is mad. You don't even want to go out there sometimes. Like it's toxic.
Baba Josh, you go.
I just did new. I made something shine enter belly. So my belly is not empty. There is something there. Yes. You know when we were small, we would say, how I wish our tummy is glass. Then people can see directly what we are. So we are not in that. You understand?
The time of
It's covered.
Oh, that okay now. Me sha, wetin me I chop? Na one small eba like that, Jare. Man was looking for some egusi and eba don scale like this.
You went all the way to the west.
I also saw the yellow wrap. I'm like, this is what this team was now calling me. Oh God.
It was seeking your
I have
attention.
to sit down, wash hands, and dealt with it.
You're welcome.
Sha. So, today, what we have for you guys today, topic of the day, becoming independent. Okay, man, this one make I no lie.
Yoruba was saying and love far.
This one make I no lie.
You go far.
Becoming independent, more things where I see, I don't expect them. But true, yeah. I don't know, where should we start? Precious, how did you even stumble into adulthood?
I think for some people you don't realize things till things start happening to you.
Yeah.
You understand? Most of us, situations, family, society, what you see, what you come across every day. There are some things that your parents can get you.
Yeah.
You'd always look forward to ways at which you can get it for yourself.
Yeah.
And for a person like me that naturally I just like hustling, business. Do you understand? So I think at the age of 17 I started making money already. That's basically how I stumbled into it. There are other stories behind it though, but I feel in summary things are not working too well for the house and all of that. So I just started go out of the way and do your own stuff legally. Yeah, rather than doing what
our second brothers.
the good boys.
Good boys. Well, what do you call? How you do your own? How you enter?
Adulthood for me, I would say is
Is it adulthood or independence?
No,
adulthood or independence.
Into adulthood.
For me, I would say is I stumbled upon it by necessity, in the sense that I lost my older brother, by the way. So my second older brother was not even around in Lagos. So even because he was in school, he was in school. So he was even getting money from my parents to sustain himself. So I didn't want to further burden myself with, I need this, I need that, and all of that. And then I even have a younger brother and all of that. So I felt that I needed to help at all. So I started my own little business and all of that. So I think that was how I stumbled into it. into adulthood. Yeah.
Me, I slept, opened my eyes.
That was it.
I know that you like.
I next thing they were
I
like,
never woke up to the reality. Okay.
Katchy, how far? Send me this stuff just like that.
It's like when you wake up and say, "So God, what do you have for me?" I don't see.
Man, I've never seen this kind of thing like before.
My brother.
Well, you, Baba Josh, how far? How you enter your own?
Right, for me, I won't say I stumbled on adulthood. I would say let's say my mom prepared the ground for me, something like that. Because I remember when I was way younger, she taught me how to save, stuff like that. So as I grew much older, I like Ade said, the necessity to get some things for myself, which I needed and they could not at some point afford. So with that foundation my mom laid for me, I just had to hustle.
And I
Go
like
out
the word
into the street of Lagos and
I like the word he used. He said needed. He didn't even say want.
Yeah.
So I feel that's another part of adulthood that will make you realize that it's not what you want this time.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know,
Yes,
as a
needed.
child,
Do you understand?
you always get what you want.
True.
Because you can't differentiate what you need and what you want. So
Very true.
one of the indices of adulthood is that you go for what you need and not what you want.
Okay.
So that's how I stumbled on adulthood.
But what were your expectations of
I would like to go
being
first on that
independent?
question.
Being independent. What were your
Okay,
expectations?
let me say my expectations for being an adult before I go to independence is that, growing up as a young child, I would see my father just sit down in one of those 3-seaters at home, and then my mom would just be running around, get him soup, get him meat. Usually my daddy would get like 4 meat. So I feel that was it for adulthood or independence. Do you understand? So like, how can a man be eating 4 meat? I need to grow up. You go see meat at all. That was my expectation, though. But you know how the Bible says the expectation of the righteous. This was caution. This one was caution. So I was living in a fantasy. Although those things
that's the bubble all of us live in.
Exactly.
We live in that
That's
fantasy where we say,
I go the command.
the minute I become an adult, I can do anything I want to. I can go place where
God bless you.
you
That's
become
why
an
most
adult
times-
and you find out that you yourself will start building curfews for yourself, saying I can't be outside by 9.
Let me
by
cut you
10.
short. One of the things I learned from my mentor is that if as an adult you don't have an authority over you, you are like a time bomb.
Yeah.
And it was hard for me because that was not what I imagined growing up. How can I have someone with beer like me? And then I have another person. By the way, let me say this. I'm even taller than my mentor. I have someone that it was not easy, brother. Really.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we move. We move.
So stumbling or the realization or the expectations for adulthood. Guy.
They shock you.
When I say guy. You understand that? There's something that went viral. Is that when you go to school or when people go to school that's far away from their parents, you will not realize or you'll be able to figure out people that didn't have freedom at all.
Yeah.
Go out anytime you like, coming in. And some of them don't even have boundaries for calls. You understand?
Yeah.
Just basically doing whatever they like. But my expectations for adulthood were strictly freedom and body. There's never like that.
Everybody want ball.
You know those kind of stories where you see your parents being get before now. So I haven't thought that my parents will continue getting. So rather than getting, like Joshua said, getting what you need. Me, I always wanted to just get what I want. Freedom. I want freedom. Adulthood, freedom. Adulthood, well, then we didn't really have bank accounts like that. So it's like, Papa will keep bankrolling us. You know what I'm saying? But as it is right now,
You need to start making your first. When did you make your first 1K? then you see the amount of responsibility that out of
My
that 1K.
goodness, my goodness.
I'm like, wow.
You don't want to go on that time.
When I-
Me, I think I'll go and buy pencil like
You know,
this and
when
be
I
drinking.
actually think back to the realization of when I started hustling, you know, people just say they go work, bam, you see them get things for themselves. My first job actually was sharing flyers. Sharing flyers after school. Yeah, from SS2, I had a friend, Emeka. Emeka took me somewhere in Oguche where they share flyers, right? So they gave us 700 flyers. You share 700 flyers for 350 naira.
Hi.
Wow.
What?
So I close school like 3:30. Get to where I'm supposed to share my flyer. Just the time I told you I walk from school to the place, 4 o'clock. They give me my flyers.
2 hours or something.
They'll tell me to stand at the position on the bridge where they can see me from
Cash.
their shop. Yeah, there is a stand where they can see me from their shop. You share 750 flyers. That's I did the first day, flyer no finish, money no complete.
Oh.
Wow.
350, you know that okay, you are in for a long
Wow. Wow.
Suffer.
Oh,
Joshua, what was it like
Wow.
for you?
For me, like you guys said, I think mine was freedom because I remember then while I was way younger, my dad would lock me and David,
Jesus.
my younger brother.
I understand that. He's my cousin, so I get I know what he's talking about.
And then like prisoners, you see us behind the windows, and I'll be looking at those adults that look at these people. They can go wherever they want. I want to be like that. So I was anticipating adulthood. So like you said, when I came into that stage, I had to remember I was telling you that there are some places I cannot go once it's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. You understand? So I had to lay some rules for myself. So I can't go wherever I want to. And I think that's one of the faulty foundation that some people have, that when they get to the university, they decide to explore their freedom. You understand? So you see some people in the university, the freedom they didn't have at home, they just decide to explore. Understand?
Exactly.
And in doing so,
Exactly.
majority of them falls into the wrong hands.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Exactly.
So that's it for me.
More freedom, independence. Are they two different things? Adulthood, rather, and independence. Are they two different things?
Adulthood and independence.
Yes.
What they see.
Because you see some adults that still get bankrolled by their parents. Yet they're adults.
Those ones they are waiting. They're like an Adeola. I'm sorry.
Do you get my point? I said there's a difference between adulthood and independence, because we still see some adults out there that still get bankrolled by their parents.
Yes, sir.
Yet they have the freedom.
Yes, sir.
So what are we doing?
I was even going to say this. I was going to say that the idea of adulthood or independence is not subjective. What do I mean? We're not going to say that, okay, like I said adulthood is about having fun meeting day. I think everyone's idea of adulthood was shaped by their parents.
Yeah.
Like Joshua said, they didn't allow him, do you understand, to move around. For me, I had to share fish with my brother. So it was I wanted something old. So I felt like if I started having beards or started having a lot of muscles, I felt. Do you understand? So I think the idea of adulthood is not subjective. So it's not subjective.
Again, for me, I think one experience that even made me realize more that, man, you need to start getting things for yourself. First off, the money they were giving at home before we go to school wasn't.
Like I said, it's not subjective. Just
secondly, not be everything they cook for us at the lecture.
True.
Not that I'm selective. Not that I don't appreciate what they cook, but
very true.
there's some things I just can't eat.
Yeah.
But I'll be hungry.
Yeah.
So it now made me realize that, and if you can't ask my mom for money. You're like, what do you need money for all this stuff? So you need to make your money. And it's not easy. That's why it's not easy being a man, especially being a man. That's why the prison it's filled with most of them. They tried everything.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You're preaching.
Legally. Legally.
This now making me feel like as if me like this. I never face anything for my life.
I mean, there are things you might have passed through.
Yeah,
that
and
if you tell
true
someone
is
about
there are
it.
things I've passed through that I just learned to move on. Like, see, I think one of the in fact this is even the next one we're supposed to talk about, and it's what shocked you the most.
Sorry. Let me, before you even go to the next one,
Mm.
I think that both experiences, childhood and adulthood, we can't say I enjoyed this more than this.
Yeah.
You know, even now, sad doesn't want to go back.
Yeah.
I want to be I want to
Exactly.
be players on the game.
When we were children. So I would say, like, my mentor would always say, just enjoy the process.
And you know,
Yeah.
there's something else. You're saying you want to go back to your to you being a child,
Yeah,
but there's something they always say. They say enjoy your 20s. Your 20s are the
very
My
true.
brother.
But this 20s when we did, my brother.
Crucial time.
like,
Crucial time.
You see this particular 20s, right?
My brother. Oh, this 20s.
So this
I feel-
20s now also
I
time.
mean, bowling is far from it.
20s now also time. If you don't if you don't get to it, if you don't understand what you're supposed to do with your life,
Yeah.
you just be tumbling when you get to your 30s. You're going
Very
to fall,
true.
going
Very
to fail. You shall. So
And even,
basically,
and even talking about that 20s, I think, you know there are some stages of life. There you have the children, then you have the teenagers,
Mhm.
then you have the youths. You understand?
Yeah.
And I think being a teen or a teenager ends at 19,
Yes,
then 20. And I think that phase is just a period of, I don't think coming to being an like much older now, I think the 20s is just a season of your life that you need to not suffer,
yeah, I understand what you're
like
going to.
sowing
Yeah,
and
that's it.
Right.
laying the
Positive
groundwork
word.
for your
Yes, sir. For
Future.
your 30s, your 40s, your
Yes.
50s. Very true.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
True.
I think
Yeah.
that hit
Thank
me
you.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm comforted in my suffering.
Like you're comforted
enjoying-
in drinking the
It's
Gary.
called enjoying the process.
Yeah.
Going through
Yeah.
the rough roads.
Yeah.
Just being there.
Enjoy.
and part of the decision is that you guys should go get your permanent voters card because
Brother.
As
Yeah,
in,
you know,
I'm
better
not like
big
this.
is people.
Mommy, I'm tired. As in,
Not that big is move.
so next year
Whenever I think of
everybody
this
must
podcast,
vote.
it keeps getting. You know,
So, what shocked you the most when you came into adulthood?
serious debit alerts. Undefined debit alerts. Like what's going on here?
For me, it wasn't like initial shock. There was when it was building up.
I love
So,
this question.
it was when it was building up. It was like so I have two younger siblings, yeah, and I'm the first son, first child, and we're just in the house that day. My parents were right there, seated before us. Normal. I mean, they usually go meet my parents, say, "How far? I won't buy something, or I won't go cut my hair." Then my brother turned to me. I say, brother, I want to go and buy something. I want to go and cut my hair. I need money. And I'm like, do I look like a fool?
Oh my god.
Like your father.
But, you know, that was something that was in my head, but obviously I don't be pursue am now. I can't bring that money.
Yeah.
Take this one, go.
So from there,
The next thing, it became like an everyday thing. The day now hits me. I'm like, I don't become papa for you.
Let me try and maybe clarify what you're trying to say. For me, what shocked me the most is, you know, like I said, I assumed that adulthood was about me. Me. But when I eventually got into adulthood, I realized that adulthood is about putting people first.
Yeah.
for you.
So I now imagined it. So I went to meet my mom. And then, mom say, I won't cut my hair. Probably mom say wants to do Ghana weaving. And maybe the money is 3,500. To cut my hair is 5,500. So she has to take 500 out of that 3,500 just to make her son look good. She has put herself, but from the position of a young child, I saw a godlike woman.
Hmm.
Did you see that? Giving money to, but I didn't know that. Being the God itself is. So adulthood for me was like, so I have to be dropping money for food. I have to be doing all of that and all of that. So I really think that adulthood, that's it for me. The shock.
Mine is even personal again, right? The other day we're talking about I don't know. We're advising someone on how she should prepare for jam.
I remember that conversation. Yeah.
And I said something on I wrote jam only twice. Why? Because I wrote the first year, I didn't write the second year, then I wrote the third year. Now you see that space of the first year and the second year. Why I didn't write was because things just drastically drained the out.
Wow.
So if I had taken German and I had gone to school,
You have to take up this.
no, not that. I would have been in proper.
Yeah, because you won't be able to pay stuff. And that paying stuff the first year.
See,
No be here.
oh God.
No be here.
How much was I earning? The first time I was earning 18,000. Where a month time, because I was slaving. Aside the 18,000, it's that you'd have to sell cartons. Yeah. When they buy stuff for the supermarket, those cartons just keep piling them. So when those people that buy cotton comes around, they have to wait. They wait. They wait and pay.
Yeah.
What's that?
So Joshua, for you.
What's the first stage of hustling? If you really want to say.
Okay.
Because I remember I was going to.
Wait, let Joshua answer that question first.
Which question is that?
What was the shocking part for you?
Well, for me, the shocking part for me getting to adulthood is like you determine or you determine the choices you make, but you cannot choose the consequences of your choices. Do you understand?
Wow.
Do you understand? So there are some decisions you make that you are not allowed or you cannot determine the consequences of it. So you have to be more careful.
Yeah, precise.
Do you understand? There's this adage that I will say that when a child is running and he falls, he will get up and keep running. But if an adult is running and falls, he will look at what made him fall. You understand? So coming to adulthood, you have to be careful about the decisions you make.
I think I made a point on the 20s where I said laying down the foundation.
Yeah.
Because I think you're the one saying it. Same thing of the 20s being the stage where you lay down the foundation.
Yeah, decisions.
But sometimes, let's not forget that sometimes some people don't come to light in their 20s. They don't come to that light of adulthood in their 20s. Because again, being an adult is not by age.
Exactly.
No, sir.
True.
You begin to take responsibilities in your 30s.
It's true.
If that's when your own morning comes, then I wish you all the best, bro. So it's not 18. I understand what Joshua just said.
Yeah.
I said, what's your first stage of hustling?
My first stage of hustling or slavery. Let me use the word slavery. Was when I was running around. I love music, like some of you know. So I had to work under this man, Mr. Michael. He was running this music organization for schools where we would go to teach them instruments and all of that. In fact, he made me the managing director of a slaving company. I slaved, by the way. It was around Shomolu, so we would trek from Shomolu to Nepal, just going around, and I get 10K every month. And that 10K every month, by the time we
dissect,
we open up, I'm left with 29. Glory to God. Jesus.
I remember
we survived.
We going for Sumai.
That's I thought you were going to that one. But Sumai was fun.
Sumai was fun.
I love Sumai.
Sumai was fun.
Actually,
so, for most people that are listening to this, Sumai is basically where we go to wait tables.
But I heard people
occasions
that
and
go
events.
for Sumai nowadays, they earn.
Is it still a thing?
It's still a thing.
Are you whining?
Wow.
I heard that people are earning like 6K, 7K, 10K.
Our time, we did earn 2.5.
1.5.
You don't get But if you look at it, I mean, the economical state of Nigeria now, 6.5 is basically 1.5. Like we connected.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it's not as if they are really. Well, if I see Suman shower, I go still cruise. You know,
Cruise it
and his friends go follow me come out.
There's always an assurance that your bag will be tight.
Yeah.
Go heavy. Be like, wait. Did you do smart, Joshua?
I did. I think once.
Yeah.
You are not
experienced.
Saturday is coming. It's coming.
But it gets some kind of small where you go and you go regret it, you go smart. Because I've worked with this, I wouldn't disclose the name obviously. They won't leave you to go on your way from the event center. So they drive you back to their company.
Why?
Everybody stays inside. Then while coming out of the gate, they start searching your bag.
Wow.
Jesus.
You come with nothing, you go with only your pay for that day. So employers are crazy, you don't.
So I don't be carrying free rice.
I'm serious. Wow. It's a very popular. They have an eatery. They have a restaurant.
Please don't disclose their name.
Exactly.
Oh God, spoil somebody's
Come on.
Let's see them from this way. Okay, moving on. Let's go.
Yeah, moving on. So, how do you deal with billing? When they come and say, my son, you know I love you. But my always favorite like this. Nam. And she does that thing so. Everybody does that is so clean that you're like, Nam.
Don't rub it for head.
How fun now?
And
What's going on?
there's way parents do this thing. They don't make it sound like they're entitled to. You get.
And I think I love that about them.
You
Yeah.
understand? They're not entitled to it. I was going to work at the room. You see, I drop something now, they make my hair. Just drop something. Shake body. It's not like pay for everything. Obviously, I would want to pay for it.
Yeah.
But dealing with billing in the early stage, I was grumbling.
I was angry.
Like, within concern. People not get
Everything I vex.
What was-
You can't touch me.
What's all this? But at the end of the day, you keep coming to the realization that, like you said, you don't live for yourself. People come when you put people first. Like you just put people at the forefront. You say, my mom will say, you pay make two of us chop half.
Yeah.
That make
only me chop. That's very.
that's the realization of everything.
You go, Adi. How did you?
For me, how I dealt with, I wouldn't say how I dealt with billing, because I'm still dealing with it. I don't know how I feel when I get debit alert. Especially when I do buy something for myself or anything. But I mean, yeah, we are. So really, I don't really have any experience on that. So now I'm dealing with billing.
Man,
But I'm dealing.
being a first child,
Yeah.
first son, I was struggling home. You see billing.
Let's not even talk about the ones that are in relationships that are not still doing that one.
So we should now. That's
See, everybody when they listen, let me tell
Maybe
you.
we should talk about that one of these days.
I am single. I'm happily single.
Katchy. Katchy. We'll have that conversation some other day.
It's something you can just basically chip in because most of we get the fact.
Okay, let me say this. Let me say this in passing. When I was going to start my relationship, and maybe you guys can learn from this. For some of you that are still,
I'm happily
Single
single. I
and
beg.
I was earning 1,200 as at then.
Per month.
Per month, my brother. 1,200 naira.
What?
You don't need to know what I was doing.
I think we're in America, 400 a week.
But that was my cash. So what I did was that when I asked this girl out, I showed her my maybe I just got an alert that day. I said, Auntie, this is what I'm making every month. So 1, are you ready to suffer with me? She said yes. I said 2, do you know what this means? It means you cannot ask me for 1,000 naira. Do you understand? You cannot ask me for 800 naira. The highest you can ask for me is 500 naira. And she said, okay. Why did I do that? Because I'm a kind of person that likes to look good. And most of the clothes, like some of you know, that I get, I usually don't buy with my money. That's just something by the way. Some will just gift me clothes that they've never worn and all that. So if she sees that online and she sees me probably wearing a similar, she would assume that
you're some guy in affluence.
This guy go money. So I had to show you, say, Auntie, I'm not living a fake life. It's just people are blessing me with clothes. But this is the real me.
Again.
I mean, it's better now.
Because when people,
Thank God,
obviously, the social media world, go online and say, girls are these, women are that, girls of this generation, this, that. But still, I want people to always come to the realization that we are still blessed with good women.
Yes, sir.
You know, they know. But you as a guy to go on, at least.
I'll shake body.
Do you understand? But still, you get some kind of people who go bill you. You get some kind of people who go bill you.
Oh, my Shayakpa. Shayakpa is the word.
So if you want me to come, you have to send me money first.
That nonsense.
Are you mad?
I have an experience of a relationship. Yeah. You know, there was this when I was very, very young. There was this lady, Odinaka.
They have cast you.
So, wow, I mentioned her name. Wow. When we are saying this, just
she doesn't know it, you know.
Don't worry.
Alright, so this girl, I wanted to propose to her when we were very young, but she now traveled to the village, and I think she was there for about some years, maybe like 10. So I didn't know at first. So I think a year or two later, after she traveled, I called her and told her that I wanted to date you, stuff like that. And she said yes in the village. Then from the village, she now told me to send money to her to come to Lagos. I said okay. Then I capital blocked her line. I blocked her line. And then recently, last year, yes, she came back to Lagos after so many years, maybe like 10 to 15. So
the treasure
one
is
afternoon, this lady just called me and Joshua, I'm in Lagos. I said, let's meet now. He said, you pay for money for Kada. Do you know what I did? I capitalized and blocked her line again. I said, this is our first meet. This is our first in so many years. They asked me to pay for Kada. I blocked
man
her
has
line.
plenty responsibilities.
I mean,
and
I think that
coming down first.
I think that women that I will not deviate from the topic here. Okay. I think that women that do that kind of thing is a two-way thing. One, they don't want to take up responsibility. And secondly, they feel that a man ultimately, that's a watchword, ultimately should take care of them.
Wrong.
Do you understand? So a man should buy my undies, do you understand? Pay my bike money, buy food for me. There's this video I saw on Instagram? They were saying something like, you girls, say now only us going to do all of these things. All that. Because for me, I'm a kind of person that gives a lot. And I know, but when people gives me stuff, Jesus, I even if it's biscuit. So sometimes I would even beg for some of you that I play around with these children. They'll be eating that I will beg. Because at the end I want to know what it feels like to be on the receiving end. Do you understand? But people just want to collect.
Our task collectors.
Do you understand?
Someone asked me a question. So why are you very selfless? I give a lot too. Right. So it was my birthday. She was like, oh, she don't want to see the gifts I'll get. I said, don't expect anything. So why? I said, I've never received a gift on my birthday.
I mean,
never.
By the way, my own birthday.
I don't like it's very it's not personal. It's just no like birthday. You go come, you go.
I've been now.
Let's just keep
Exactly, yeah.
Just do the things you need to do. Just make things work out basically. I say when they expect like they say nobody as you treat people, they will treat you.
Yeah.
So if you keep expecting that one, you will die.
Yeah.
You will die.
Let's go back to our topic. So we'll just keep
It's shaking.
gliding. We'll just be going.
Okay. So I think we're almost getting to the end, but last thing to talk about it will be, what do you think you should have known that would have gotten you prepared for adulthood?
What do you think we should have known?
What do you think you should have known that would have gotten you prepared for adulthood?
First, I'll say,
What do you think their parents should have said to you and say, my son, you see, and you are going for this journey, this big journey that you're going to live till the day you die. This is what you should know, What do you think you should have
known? The truth is, we should come to the realization that most of these conversations our parents never had to.
Yeah, I was going to say that. They didn't prepare us.
They didn't prepare us. Some of them, most of what your mentors have taught you. I won't say your parents didn't teach you, because your mentors will teach you about life, teach you about finance, they teach you about relationships and all of that. What you said, the question is, what do you think they should have told us?
Yeah.
Basically, if I'm to go back, if they have had that conversation with me, they have told me that the way you're picturing adulthood,
it's a lie.
It's complete. It's minus 100. Because
life will humble you.
That's what it is.
And I think for the ladies, I don't know, I'll still talk about myself. But I think for the ladies, one of the things I would, one of the things, if I'm a parent, one of the things I would do, especially for the ladies, is to get them a skill when they are very young. Do you understand? Do you know that? Because as they grow much older, there are some things that they will need by themselves. For instance,
I think that's needed.
Their female stuff. You understand? They will need. There are so many things they will need, makeups and stuff like that. And so if they start depending on boys, and men will exploit it.
Men are
you understand? So they need to be self-independent. Self-made. Yeah. Do you know what the Bible says? The Bible says that our daughters may be as cornerstone, polished after the similitude. That is, we should. He said, God's desire is to beautify a lady. They should be fitting for a palace. Do you understand? Wow. So I think for the ladies, they should get them skilled when they are very young. And for me, that question, what's that question again?
What do you think your parents should have told you, or what do you think they would have told you?
What do you think you should have known that have got you prepared for adulting?
What they should have told me, actually, I would say, is that they should have, well, like you said, they didn't have this let's say knowledge or light, something like that. But should have really, really cautioned and take me through that. Remember I told you when we started, I said my mom laid the ground for saving. You understand? And I would say it has really, like, I don't know, it's just like the rock on which my life is being built now. Because if you just squander everything you get, you understand? And you are hustling and you are squandering everything you get, you would go back to poverty, stuff like. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Very
so
true.
What they should have told me is that they should have really, really cautioned me about discipline. Do you understand? In the area of spending, while I was very young, I started hustling when I was very, very, so I was earning above what my ebute now.
You're calling him fish. You could basically be inside that Lagos lagoon for 5 years.
Because then, the work I was a marine worker. What I call marine worker is that
You got to shower up.
Say it as it is, bro.
So what we do is that we go under the water, let's say we partially live under the water and we pack what they call periwinkle, that is Isam. You understand? So
you basically be under the water and you won't
300 naira. Some pack 6 paints a day. So in a day you are making like 1,525 every day. So for my age then, 15, 16, 17, I was making money. You understand? I was saving because my mom laid that foundation. But my spending was not. Do you understand? So when it comes to spending, they should have. You understand? They should have really, really laid, and they should have told me that what I'm anticipating in adulthood.
It's not that.
When
They should have.
it comes to spending, what percentage of your income should you save and should you spend?
Exactly. They wouldn't have given him that analogy.
Yeah, but well, now you know.
Now
I know.
So, what percentage do you think is the ideal
Depending
for
on
spending and
for
saving?
me personally, depending on my need, it is just depending on my pressing need and my need. You understand? If I don't have pressing needs, I save, let's say, 60%. You understand? But if I have pressing needs, my tithe is there. I remove my tithe.
Let me quickly say something, Joshua. For a man that is 25, 26, 27 years old, I don't think that man needs to save 10% of his
At
income.
all.
He needs to save like
Like I'm telling you,
because
Rainy
What
days
are you
are coming.
time and age is against him.
Rainy days are coming.
So he needs to have enough to
exactly.
get into investment. I mean, the trending one now, cryptocurrency and all of that. So,
Mhm.
but for young men like us, we can still manage, like Joshua said,
Yeah.
60, 40, 30.
Remember what? Let's refer to the scripture. Remember Joseph
Okay.
told Pharaoh.
Yeah,
He said,
let's save
a
10%.
tenth.
Yes.
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 A
yes.
tenth.
Yeah.
You understand? For
Yeah.
that 7 years, then we
Yeah.
know that the 7 years of hardship that is coming.
We have enough.
Yeah.
You understand?
We
So
have enough. Yeah.
for me, I save depending on my needs and pressing.
Very
needs.
true.
At time I have pressing needs that needs to be met like immediately. So I probably save like
Again,
30 to
again,
40%
yeah,
and stuff like that.
yeah. When like Kachi said, what amount of money should you spend on a certain percentage, right? For me, I work with something. What is urgent and what's important?
Yeah.
I basically go what's important. It's just something that works for me. I don't know if it works for any other person. There are things that are very urgent and there are things that are important. I prefer going for what's important. Then savings. My early days of working, I was always saving 50. At the young age. Very young age. Back then I was earning 40, I was saving 20. No, sometimes I was saving 25. 25 from 40k. Most times you can't get stuff for yourself because again, his mother, is basically my mother, instilled
Thought you guys earlier.
Yeah.
earlier on saving. And my mother is the kind of person that end of the month.
Ego.
Kai,
Ego name.
bring it. That is
Sorry.
teaching.
Sorry
She
to
knew,
cut you
she
guys
knew,
off.
she knew.
That is the
She
teaching
knew.
itself.
Mom, I'll just digress a little bit. She knew ladies were walking around.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she was saying,
She was keeping check.
Lagos guest. Who got Lagos guest? So at the end of the month,
Him.
that money. So again, out of that one you save out, you see some things you buy for the house. So you're left like, after paying your tithe, I don't know.
There's nothing.
Now you ask yourself, how will I eat like this now?
That's why that time into those guys, you know the day of my
Toast girl. You see girl as man.
Those two quiet. We are all men in this world.
Are you hustling? I'm
We are,
hustling.
we are all men in this world.
So,
Okay. So, my lovely people, we've come to the end of our dearest episode. Today we've come to the end. We don't talk plenty, Jesus. We've said it. We've said a lot.
Have we?
Said a lot.
I feel like
we don't know say we don't dey talk since.
I feel like there's energy.
So, guys, please subscribe. Follow us on every podcasting platform you use.
Please follow.
Please help us.
Spotify,
Please help us.
We need you, I beg. Now they help us, now they drive us, I beg.
Please help us.
Subscribe and follow us on our socials at WKC_WKC on Twitter and Instagram.
Also,
Give us feedbacks.
before we
tweet at
go,
us.
please, I would like to say that every contributions we've made here,
Yeah.
is not subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have your own.
Yes.
Yeah, if you have yours,
Everyone
you
is saying based on their experiences, their mistakes and all. It might not be the same as yours, but I believe that at least we've been able to touch
Yeah.
one or two things that can help you.
Let me ask you something real quick before we go. You're skimming to my head. What do you think okay, most of us here we are 20, 22, 20. Let's say within the range of 20 to 24.
Yeah.
And the majority of us we started hustling early.
Mm-hmm.
What mistakes or what do you think you should have done or used your money for that have been working for you now?
Should I go first?
Yes.
Don't break my heart again.
I should have invested in crypto.
God, I would have been a millionaire by now.
Cryptocurrency, Jesus. Wow.
Are you talking about this thing? It always sounds breaking.
Sometimes when I think about it.
But, okay, imagine cryptocurrency was not even in vogue.
I wasn't even going to say cryptocurrency.
Yeah, what I think for myself I should have done is still save a lot.
Yeah, actually.
That's
I wanted to
like save.
I wanted to invest
Save.
because I love business, right?
And make some decisions too.
On
Some investment decisions.
earlier in the early stages, my mom was selling. Basically, she was selling plenty stuff. So I was always interested in the profit. So I was earning enough to at least buy something. I wanted to. I don't know.
Make
probably
the
I
business
should be.
bigger.
Yes, exactly. With the ideas I have now, if I had implemented it then.
That's why.
So we're coming to the end of
Wait,
this.
that's why I keep saying things like, if I could go back
In time.
with the ideas I have now, or more. I don't know. I don't know. Person will go buy 100 Bitcoin. 100 Bitcoin at stupid money, guys.
But let's be encouraged by this. Let me encourage us with God's word. I believe that nobody goes into anything fully prepared.
Exactly.
Nobody.
You don't go into marriage fully prepared. For some of us that are in ministry, you don't go fully prepared. That's why the Bible says that faith is now.
You don't go into business.
Do you understand?
You don't go into adulthood prepared.
Exactly. We don't do this thing. So when God says you can do it, like he told Jeremiah, before I knew you, I ordained you, and I ordained you a prophet. So if you have that knowledge and you sense a leading in your spirit, for some of us that are spiritual, but I think if you have that knowledge, let me just take it on a normal, you should do it now. So the problem is that most of us are scared. We are scared of failures. I think I'm sounding like a motivation.
You start by starting.
You start. Just do something. Just
start by starting.
Do it. Just do it.
Yeah, so guys, we've come to the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Thank you guys
So
for listening.
like we said earlier, please subscribe, follow us,
We are
like,
with your comments.
comments, give us feedbacks.
Follow, Ejo.
Give us feedbacks, I beg.
The
Follow us
follow
on
is
Twitter and
important.
Instagram at WKC_. And follow me too as well. If you follow me, drop comments, send DMs, ask your questions. If you have topics you think we should discuss on, if you have questions you want to ask, or we should ask ourselves when next to meet, send to us privately. You can send to us on our socials.
Yeah.
My own is Katchy.Osuji on Instagram and Katchy_Osuji on Twitter.
Mine is Ade_Onabanjo
On
Instagram. I'm not really a big fan of Twitter, but Facebook Onabanjo Adeola.
I still prefer
Facebook.
Twitter to
Facebook.
my Instagram _fresh Oguche.
Maybe you should spell it.
_fresh, like PRESH, then Oguche, OGUCH.
Yeah.
No space. Then on Twitter is Oguche Precious.
Share.
No space.
At Oguche_Precious.
Okay, Joshua.
Alright, mine is on Instagram _Oguche, and then on Facebook Joshua Oguche.
All right. So you guys, don't worry. I will still leave the tags on the description below, and you guys just check that out and follow us. Biko, Ejo. Thank you guys.
Thank
you.
This was fun.
Catch up with you
It was
later.
fun.
We love you.
We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.